Chapter 5: Reproduction in Animals. Let's learn. All living things live for a certain period of time. This is called their lifespan. They die after completing their lifespan. To ensure the existence of their kind on earth, all living things reproduce. The process by which living beings produce more of their own kind is known as reproduction. Reproduction in animals. Animals reproduce in two different ways. 1. Some give birth to young ones. 2. Some lay eggs that eventually hatch into offsprings. Animals that give birth to young ones. Animals such as dogs, cats, cows, horses, whales, etc. are the animals that give birth to their young ones and feed them on their milk. These animals are called mammals. Mammals are the most developed among all animals. Their bodies are covered with hair. The young ones of mammals grow inside the mother's body for some weeks and take birth when developed enough. Mammals take care of the young ones and feed them with their milk. When the young ones grow enough to walk, the parents teach them how to find food and shelter on their own. They protect them from enemies. Scratch your brain. Can you name 2 mammals that live in oceans? Nugget. The largest mammal is the blue whale, which is over 80 feet long, and smallest mammal is Kitty's hog-nosed bat, which is 1.2 inches long. Animals that lay eggs. Birds, frogs, insects, fish, reptiles, snails, etc. reproduce by laying eggs. These animals are called egg-laying or oviparous animals. Birds. Birds build nests to lay eggs. Birds nurture their eggs to keep them at the proper temperature before these eggs hatch into young ones. Within the egg, the growing baby is called an embryo. It goes through various stages of development before it comes out from the egg. All the stages of development from birth till maturity are called life cycle of an animal. All eggs are protected by hard covering made of calcium carbonate called the shell. Shell is porous that allows the transfer of gases through the shell. Within the shell are the albumin, white, and the yolk, yellow. Albumin contains protein that is necessary for development of growing bird, and yolk is the source of food, contains the fat. The young bird will only develop at the proper temperature. This happens only when bird sits on them for several days. When the baby birds hatch from the eggs, they do not have feathers. So, the parent birds feed their young ones till their feathers develop. Scratch your brain. What is the study of eggs called? Nugget. Eggs that people eat are not fertilized. That is, no chick is being formed in the egg. Life cycle of a chicken. A hen lays eggs and incubates them in order to hatch them. The mother hen incubates the eggs by sitting on them. The embryo within the egg develops into a chick. Once it is matured completely, it breaks open the shell and hatches out of the egg. This chick eventually grows into an adult hen or a rooster. Insects. Most of the insects such as butterflies, grasshoppers, cockroaches and houseflies lay eggs. The young ones, when come out of eggs, look very different from their parents. During their growth, they look different at every stage. Small baby cockroach or grasshopper that hatches from egg is called nymph. They do resemble their parent but lack wings. After shedding their skin several times, they turn into adult. Butterfly and housefly eggs, when hatch, small worms called larvae come out. The larva of butterfly is called caterpillar and larva of housefly is called maggot. Life cycle of butterfly. Butterfly lays eggs on leaf. After some days, tiny worm-like structures called caterpillars hatch from the eggs. Caterpillars eat leaves all the time and become plump and sluggish. As they grow in size, they periodically grow a new skin for their larger body and then shed their old skin. When the caterpillars reach a certain size, they stop eating and enclose themselves within a case. This stage is called pupa and the case is called the cocoon. The caterpillars undergo many changes inside the cocoons. This change, occurring in the form, structure, or function of organism in the process of its growth or development is called metamorphosis. A few weeks later, beautiful butterflies come out of the cocoons. Life cycle of frog. Frogs lay eggs in water or wet place in clusters called spawn. Eggs hatch into small tadpoles. These tadpoles look more like fish rather frogs. Tadpoles have no legs but have long tails and they breathe through gills in water. They feed on pond weeds. As they grow, they develop 2 hind legs, 2 forelegs, and a pair of lungs. As the tadpoles undergo these changes, their tail keeps reducing in size until it finally disappears. Gradually, they turn into froglets and then into frogs. An adult frog breathes through lungs. Reptiles, lizards, turtles, and snakes also lay eggs but do not give any parental care to them. Most of their laid eggs are eaten by other animals. Among reptiles, only crocodiles and their relatives tend both eggs and babies. Crocodiles make nests in the ground and lay eggs there. They carry their babies to the water body after the eggs hatch and take care of them for some time. Mind map. Modes of reproduction. By giving birth to young ones, like mammals. By laying eggs, like birds, frogs, insects,